Hello, and welcome to this space. I go by Dex, and I'm going to be doing this zine reading today in sort of ASMR style, but I'm also probably going to post a straight reading of just the zine without me sort of being a librarian and pointing to things and reading, but we'll have just the zine and also a voiceover. I want to have a variety of different ways that people can engage the media. I also have scans of the zine. They're not great scans. They're just because my printer was really small and so my scanner was small. And you can see everything, but the pages, a lot of the pages are centerfold or whole page or 2-page spreads. But so you'll be able to read it, but it doesn't read the same way as it would if I had a larger scanner that could scan the whole thing at once, if that makes sense. But I will link that in the description box as well. Anyway, this is my first zine. Like a lot of my art and also academic work too, does a lot of exploring my queerness. Not absolutely all of it, but it's a chunk of my interests, I would say. And anyway, so the title is Wiggly, if you can read that. In sort of a very mixed rainbow-esque hand-painted font. And here the label reads the Gender Zine. Down here there's my name, Candex Loy. My old Instagram handle, eyesore. It's DexGenerate, same as here now. And this was completed in November of 2018, so last year. I had completed this for an exhibition or art show that my friend was doing in Virginia, so all the way across the country, and I only got this back earlier this week, and so I'm really excited to share this with you. Alright, so here's the first page. I'm gonna be reading, if that's okay. I know it might not all be completely legible, which is why I'm going to also be having just a video with just the zine and a voiceover. But this says, Dysphoria is such a strange beast to see through non-binary eyes. Here's the next page. And the labels read, every day I am 500 people. And the next page. It's hard to imagine what I'm even supposed to look like. And here are just some pictures of different types of bodies. All right. Now this page is a vertical spread and reads, is it a place? how do I get there? I realize that the glare is not super kind on this page and you're missing a lot of details, but please deal for the sake of this reading. The labels here read, I see other boys and they have things I want to. All right. This is also a vertical spread. How am I supposed to be? How am I meant to be that serves people, that serves myself? The constant inward questioning. Will I be even less approachable? How do I help people and be myself? How do I help people if they're afraid of me? Am I meant to be smaller, easier to understand? Does being happier myself make it easier? The current of my thoughts is a whiplash of yeses and nos. How do I grow from here? And if you can see in the labels, there's some stress on certain words where the labels are the label maker stamped over itself sometimes, or kind of tripped over itself. And there's also that layer of emotionality to it that is easier to see when you can look up close, which is why I have the scans. All right, here's another vertical spread. Sometimes when I stand, I can feel my thighs touch, and it makes me feel wretched. The sensation reminds me I have curvy hips and fleshy thighs, things that are feminine and soft, and it makes my dysphoria scream about how wrong I am, how much work I have to put in, how many barriers there are. Sometimes though, sometimes when I stand, I feel my thighs touch, and it feels like they're kissing, and it feels nice to be a boy with kissing thighs. To be the kind of boy I am, in order for me to be seen, is it necessary to re-traumatize myself, lay out my trauma and pain so that someone may examine me under a microscope? Hold it right over, I pick myself open and bleed out again. Here's the last page and the back cover. Coming always to conclusions about gender, new ones and newer ones. All right, so that's my zine, Wiggly, the Gender Zine. It's not necessarily all like sunshine and rainbows, because gender dysphoria and feeling like complicated feelings happen. But I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely want to get it properly scanned at some point, so it's easier to access online. But that means that I need to have access to a larger scanner, which I'm looking into. But I hope that suffices for now. I'm definitely also going to have, and I will link when it's done, the voiceover reading of the zine so you can focus on the page. But I hope this was interesting and you enjoyed that, and hopefully it was affirming or good for someone who shares experiences or feelings or shares community with me in some way. That's it for now. See you next time. Thank you for being here.